Hey everybody, I'm checking in. I'm almost 1 month into preparing for bariatric surgery. For me, that means I have to go through a 6-month weight loss program, basically. And I've been focusing on food to start with, and I've been kind of bringing in some workouts and other things as I go. And in the last video, I already went over kind of all the what's, the whys, the process, what's happening, how was my first kind of day in the onboarding process and everything like that. And I went over like what they offered me, what the program would be like, etc. So now going back into food, I have not taken any replacement shakes yet. I do plan to get some in my next visit, which is soon. I had just gone to the store not long before I went to my onboarding onboarding appointment and so I had to kind of strike a balance between using what I had already bought and phasing in new things that are better choices. And basically I just had to see like, okay, this is not going to be a fulfilling choice for me moving forward. So there's certain things that I am leaving behind or will just have on occasion or like as a cheat day item, and then there's things that I'm just leaving totally behind and other things that I'm trying to work in or try out or see what I can do. And I'll just kind of be cutting clips from like past. There's some stuff that's from way before when I started, even like the onboarding process, and then there's stuff from like the last few weeks. So it's kind of like a food diary. I'm going to check in and out depending on what I'm saying. I might have footage that applies to what I'm talking about. So just for kind of like a quick review, when I went to my very first appointment to get everything organized, I started at an even 440 pounds, and as of a few hours ago when I checked for this, I was 426 pounds, which means I'm 14 pounds down, which is nice. Overall changes, nothing super noticeable. Just by looking at me, I don't think like there's no like loss of inches or anything. That's going to take a lot more work and a lot more time. But I do feel like my face is a little bit slimmer. You know, like I said, there's no like significant amount of weight loss for like my midsection, which is where I carry everything anyway. I've just been kind of alternating along with eating better, and I've been alternating different type of workouts throughout this month and the rest of this month. I've only been through like 5 of them, but I have been doing some cardio. I've been doing low impact stuff, things with dumbbells, and I've also been doing kind of like yoga and Pilates, just kind of like the starter version. I will go over all of that stuff in the next video. This one's about food. I don't have too many complaints. I'm using Carb Manager to kind of reteach myself how I'm thinking about food. It's at least helping me be aware of my food and measuring out things better, kind of getting into the habit of meal prepping better, which honestly, I've always kind of dreaded a little bit. It's not my favorite thing to just constantly have to think about this stuff and plan this stuff, but it is just the reality of going through it, especially for me. I get really busy. That was part of the problem, is I would just get busy, eating mindlessly, getting food delivered or this and that because I didn't plan in advance enough to make food. So I've been changing a lot of that stuff up and saving a lot of money, kind of, sort of. Things are pretty expensive right now, and some of the healthier food choices can be a little bit pricey, but I'm figuring it out, and that's fine. I just kind of sparsely sprinkle in some cheat days here and there. I've only had one so far because I had a party. But overall, my goals that I am to stick to is less than 100 carbs a day, which means spreading them out like 20 to 30 grams a meal. You're trying to strive for 3 to 6 ounces of protein for each meal, about 1 to 3 cups of vegetables at least for 2 meals. I have to do 1 to 2 servings of fats per meal, and they say to get like 1 to 2 servings of fruit a day. Those are all the goals. I'm definitely not that amazingly rounded yet, but I'm better than I was, and clearly it's, you know, working out. Things are going in the proper direction, and as I further explore and try new things, I will continue to lose. So that's basically where I'm at. There's not too much to talk about. I haven't had my follow-up where I'll get even more information and more, I'm sure, direction on what they would like me to try or do next. So far, this is where I'm at. I'm very excited about it. It feels nice. Like I said, looking at me, I can't really tell a difference at this time. Eventually I will. But for now, I do feel a difference in energy levels a little bit. I feel fuller throughout the day. I'm not like, you know, I'm not like not eating during the day and then like eating way too much at one point in a day or at night or whatever it is, or I'm not mindlessly snacking so much. I don't really miss the sugar. There's nothing that I am feeling like I'm missing yet. So I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I don't really feel like I'm missing too much. There's been, it's a nice time to start, I suppose, whether you're going through like a surgery or not. Just kind of like starting to do more plant-based stuff and looking for other alternatives that are out there, because there's just so many on the market. They're not cheap, but they're out there, and they're, you know, worth trying and doing a few like things here and there. So I'm just trying to, I feel like I'm starting off the year on a good foot and just trying to figure certain things out, relearn, rebuild. It's all just kind of like try this, evaluate, repeat over and over again until I figure out what works for me in my scenario and what it is that I need to be doing that is more fulfilling and the best for my body. But I want to embrace where I'm at every stage, embrace my body at every stage, you know, feel love for myself and confidence at every stage, and show others that you can as well. So I think I'm going to try and do maybe like some photo shoots, or just like, you know, it'll be my process of documenting the change over time, but it's also my process of embracing myself and just trying to keep it as mentally healthy as possible. I don't want to, you know, walk out of this with ED or anything else, and I am susceptible to that. So that's why I'm just trying to keep things in check. Eventually I will be seeking out counsel for this type of thing, etc. So I'm just giving it a shot. But you guys will be able to see a lot of that content that isn't based in just like these bigger updates on my TikTok or Instagram, where I just kind of have some more day-to-day stuff, or just little kooky or fun things if I'm like trying to join a trend, or just, you know, chilling, maybe some commentary. But this is where I'm at, and this is my update. If you like what I do on this channel, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have been through this process before, or have been, you know, just doing your own weight loss journey, or other things that you've tried, whether it is like a product, like I've been doing some deep research on like protein powders and other things that I'll eventually do a whole breakdown for, and different things that I've been looking at. So if you have any advice on that, any go-to recipes, anything that you would like to drop into the comments, leave them down there. I'm sure many of us will be super grateful. There's so much information out there, but it is nice to hear something that's been vetted by people who are also going through something similar. So I don't have anything else to say, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.